You know that feeling? You're just browsing online, maybe reading an article, and bam! Your screen just explodes with these crazy pop-ups.
Oh yeah, flashing red, maybe a siren sound.
Exactly. Stuff like virus detected or urgent action required, and your heart just starts pounding, right? That immediate panic.
It's a primal reaction they're tapping into.
Well, if you've ever felt that digital dread, then this deep dive is definitely for you. We're going deep into something called scareware. It's basically malware that weaponizes fear.
That's a good way to put it. And our mission today, using insights from a detailed cybersecurity analysis we looked at, is really to unpack what scareware is.
How it works, its history.
Right. Trace some of the big incidents and, crucially, figure out how you can actually protect yourself from these kinds of deceptive tactics.
Because it really is about manipulation, isn't it? Psychological tricks.
Absolutely. Scareware leans heavily on social engineering. It mimics legitimate security warnings to, well, scare you into doing something that compromises your own security. Fear, anxiety, those are its tools.
Okay, so let's dig into that. How does it actually, get into our heads and onto our systems? What's the core deception here?
Well, at its heart, scareware is malware designed to trick you. It uses social engineering, pretending your device is infected or facing some imminent danger.
So it looks like a real antivirus warning, or maybe a system alert.
Precisely. It masquerades as legitimate software, and the goal is always to coerce you into acting immediately.
Like clicking a download link.
Or buying some fake protection software, or even giving up personal details, credit card numbers, things like that. All framed as the solution to a problem that doesn't actually exist.
And I guess the scary part is how convincing they look. These pop-ups, the interfaces, they often look really professional, just like the real deal.
They do. They mimic well-known brands, use official-looking logos. It makes it incredibly tough sometimes to distinguish the fake from the genuine article.
So with these fakes being so good, how does this manipulation actually harm us? What are the real consequences if you fall for it?
Well, that's where it gets dangerous. It plays on your fear to make you act impulsively, right? So you bypass your normal caution.
Click before you think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that can lead to several bad outcomes. You might actually disable your real antivirus software thinking it's conflicting with the fake one.
Leaving you totally exposed.
Right. Or the scareware itself acts as a gateway. It tricks you into downloading something that installs much worse stuff.
Like what?
Could be ransomware, encrypts all your files and demands money. Or spyware, Trojans hidden inside fake utilities, keyloggers capturing everything you type.
Oof. Passwords, bank details.
All of it. Plus, just handing over credit card info for the fake software means direct financial loss and potential identity theft. The cybercriminals profit by making you open the door.
Okay, so the goal is trick us into compromising ourselves. But how do these things even reach us? How does an attack typically unfold?
There are quite a few ways they spread it. You might click a dodgy link on a malicious website, or maybe open an infected attachment in a spam email. That's pretty common.
The usual suspects.
Yeah, but it gets sneakier. Sometimes legitimate websites get compromised, and they redirect you to these fraudulent scareware pages without you realizing it.
Wow, okay.
And then there's malvertising. It's malicious ads placed on perfectly trustworthy websites. You might not even need to click the ad itself. Sometimes just loading the page can trigger it if your browser or plugins have vulnerabilities.
So just visiting a site could potentially infect you. That's concerning.
It can be, yeah, especially with older, unpatched software. So once it gets your attention, say you've clicked something, what happens next? How does the panic start?
Right, the infection process itself.
So you click the link, the ad, whatever. Immediately you get hit with these fake warnings, alarming pop-ups, messages that look like they're from your operating system or your antivirus.
Claiming disaster is imminent.
Exactly. Critical threat detected. System failure imminent. Then comes the call to action. Download this tool now, pay for this fix, install this antivirus. It's pure social engineering using fear, urgency, fake authority to make you react without thinking.
It's fascinating, in a grim way, how they weaponize our own psychology. Can you paint a picture of what that looks like on the screen? The anatomy of the scare tactic itself.
Oh, they really pull out all the stops. Visually, it's designed to trigger panic. Think bright, alarming colors, reds, oranges, flashing visuals.
Urgency signals.
Precisely. They often mimic the look and feel of real security alerts, sometimes even stealing logos from Microsoft, Google, Apple to seem legit.
They want you to think it's official.
Right. And it's not just visuals. Some attacks take over your whole screen.
What, like full screen mode?
Yeah, hiding the URL bar, maybe disabling the back button so it feels like you're trapped, like it's a system-level crisis you can't escape.
Making it feel totally inescapable, like the computer itself is compromised.
Exactly. It's an illusion, but a powerful one. Then they add pressure, audio alarms sometimes, or countdown timers ticking down.
Like 60 seconds until data deletion?
Something like that, yeah. It compresses your decision time, amps up the panic, makes you more likely to just click whatever they want you to click or call the number they provide.
The fake support number?
Definitely. You'll often see a prominent phone number presented as, say, Microsoft Certified Support or Apple Security. Calling it connects you to live scammers.
Who then try to get remote access or sell you useless services.
Or both. And the pop-ups themselves use really threatening language. Maybe run a fake scan showing dozens of fictional viruses or spyware found on your machine.
All designed to make you believe the threat is real and immediate.
Absolutely. And if you fall for it, the payload could be anything from installing more malware, spyware, keyloggers, even ransomware, to direct financial loss from buying the fake fix or theft of your personal data.
It's a chilling combination of tech and psychological manipulation. And you mentioned this isn't exactly new. Scareware has a history, right?
Oh, definitely. It's been around for a while. One of the really early infamous examples was something called Spy Sheriff back in the mid-2000s.
Spy Sheriff rings a bell?
Yeah, it was notorious. It basically bombarded users with fake alerts, pretending to be an anti-spyware tool, and pressured them into buying the full version to remove non-existent threats. It really pioneered that model of profiting from fabricated fear.
Setting a bad precedent. Have there been other major incidents since then, maybe hitting bigger targets?
Absolutely. These tactics have evolved and scaled up. Remember the Minneapolis Star-Tribune incident back in 2010?
Vaguely. What happened there?
Visitors to their legitimate news website were served malicious ads, malvertising disguised as ads for best Western hotels or window support.
On the newspaper site. Wow.
Yep, clicking them led to fake antivirus scans and demands for payment, around $50 for useless software. That single scam netted the criminals something like $150,000 to $250,000, showed how even trusted sites could be vectors.
And it wasn't just Windows users getting hit, right? I seem to recall something about Macs.
You're thinking of Mick Defender? Probably around 2011. That was one of the first really big scareware campaigns aimed specifically at macOS users.
How did that one work?
It used something called SEO poisoning, basically manipulating search results so their malicious download links appeared high up when people searched for certain things. It would auto-download and then hit users with fake alerts. Apple actually had to push out security updates specifically to combat it.
So the criminals adapt, the platforms respond. It's a constant battle.
It really is. And it's not just shadowy hackers. We've seen cases involving seemingly legitimate companies, too.
You mean like tech support scams run by actual businesses?
Exactly. Remember the Office Depot and Support.com case? That ran for years, from about 2009 to 2016.
What were they doing?
Their employees were running a fake diagnostic tool, the PC Health Check, which was basically designed to always find problems or infections, even on perfectly clean computers. Then they'd upsell expensive, unnecessary repair services.
That's blatant fraud.
Yep. They ended up paying $35 million in settlements to the FTC in 2019. And there were others, like Restoro and Rimage, fined $26 million in 2018 for using fake Microsoft Windows pop-ups to veil ineffective software.
It's staggering. And they even jump on pop culture trends, like Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah, 2016, during the peak Pokemon Go craze. Scammers flooded app stores, like Google Play, with fake Guidance Sheets apps.
What did those do?
They mostly harvested personal data and bombarded users with fake ads, some leading to more scareware. Google had to pull over 150 of those apps. It shows how fast they latch on to anything popular.
And it's still evolving, right? What's the latest?
Well, the tech support scams continue. The FTC just settled another big case against NTS IT Care in 2023, resulting in refunds for victims. But the really cutting-edge stuff we're seeing now, like in 2024, 2025, involves AI.
AI? How?
There was a campaign targeting macOS users, reported by LayerX, that used AI-generated pop-ups and even deepfake voice calls, where AI mimicked tech support agents. It's a hybrid approach, blending scareware tactics with sophisticated phishing.
Deepfake voice calls. That takes it to another level.
It does. It shows how adaptable they are, constantly refining their methods, leveraging new technology. It's that relentless cat-and-mouse game.
It really underscores how vital it is to stay vigilant. So let's pivot to protection. What are the actual impacts if someone does fall victim? And more importantly, how can we shield ourselves?
Right, the impact. We've touched on it, but to recap, First, there's the direct monetary loss, paying for fake software or bogus support.
Mm-hmm.
That's immediate.
Okay. Losing money. What else?
System performance can tank. Scareware often runs processes in the background, throws constant pop-ups. It can really slow your device down.
Annoying, but maybe not catastrophic.
It can get worse. Data theft is a big risk. Some variants are designed to steal credentials, logins, passwords, credit card info.
Leading to identity theft.
Potentially, yes. And remember the gateway function. Scareware can pave the way for much nastier infections, Trojans, keyloggers, even ransomware locking up all your files. That can be truly devastating.
Okay, so the stakes are high. Proactive defense is clearly essential. What does a good multi-layer defense strategy look like for the average person?
It really involves layers. Well, let's start with software defenses. Number one, use reputable security software. A good antivirus and anti-malware suite from a trusted provider kept up to date. That's foundational.
Makes sense. What else on the software front?
Enable pop-up blockers in your web browser. Most modern ones have this built in. And use the browser's own safety features, like Google Safe Browsing or Microsoft Edge's built-in protections. Some even have specific AI scareware blockers now.
So leverage the tools you already have.
Absolutely. For slightly more advanced users or in businesses, you can look at DNS-level filtering or ad block lists that proactively block known malicious sites. Endpoint protection solutions for businesses are key too.
And keeping everything updated, presumably.
Crucial. Operating system, browser plugins, the security software itself, updates often patch the very vulnerabilities these attacks exploit. Don't ignore those update prompts.
Okay, software layers. Check. What about our own behavior online, the smart habits part?
This is just as important, maybe more so. Practice safe browsing. Be very skeptical of clicking links or opening attachments in emails you weren't expecting, or on unfamiliar websites. Hover over links to check the actual URL before clicking.
Look before you leap.
Exactly. Be wary of free downloads. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Do a quick search on the software or source first. Look for reviews, check trusted tech sites.
And passwords, authentication.
Yes, enabled two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication, 2FAMFA, wherever possible. It adds a massive layer of security, even if your password gets compromised somehow.
That's a solid list. Software, habits, vigilance. But if you had to pick one single habit that provides the biggest bang for your buck in terms of protection.
If I had to pick just one, it would be cultivating that moment of pause. Before you click that urgent-looking link, before you download that critical update, before you call that support number, just stop. Take a breath. Ask yourself, does this seem right? Is this expected? That brief pause allows your rational brain to catch up with your panicked reaction.
Let the skepticism kick in.
Precisely. That's often enough to avoid the trap. Now, what if you do click something suspect? What are the immediate cleanup steps?
Right, damage control. You realize you might have messed up. What now?
Okay, first and foremost, do not click anything else within the fake alert or pop-up. Don't call any numbers displayed. Try to close the browser window or the application.
What if it's taken over the screen?
Use your operating system's force quit function. On Windows, that's usually Ctrl plus Shift plus S to open Task Manager, then end the browser or suspicious process. On a Mac, it's CMD plus Option plus ESC for the force quit menu.
Get rid of the immediate problem, then what?
Then, immediately run a full system scan with your trusted antivirus software. Let it find and quarantine or remove any malicious files it detects.
Okay, scan complete. Anything else?
Good practice is to then clear your browser's cache and cookies. Sometimes malicious scripts or trackers can linger there.
Get rid of the digital crumbs.
Exactly. And finally, keep a very close eye on your financial accounts, bank statements, credit card activity for the next few weeks. Report any unauthorized transactions immediately.
Makes sense. Vigilance even after the fact. It really highlights how crucial awareness is, alongside the technical stuff.
It absolutely is. And part of that awareness is understanding how Scareware fits into the broader landscape of cyber threats. Knowing the differences helps you react appropriately.
That's a great point. We hear terms like ransomware, adware, phishing. Sometimes they blur together. How does Scareware stand apart?
Let's break it down by comparing their main goal and the emotion they exploit. We know Scareware. Goal is payment for fake stuff, exploits fear, immediate threat is low, fake problem, delivered via pop-up alerts.
Okay, fear and fake problems. What about ransomware?
Ransomware's goal is payment to get your real data back after it's been encrypted. It exploits desperation. The immediate threat is high, your data is actually gone or locked. Delivery is often via email attachments or malicious links.
So real data hostage situation driven by desperation. Got it. How about adware?
Adware is usually less malicious, more annoying. Its goal is generating ad revenue through clicks or forcing software installs. It mainly exploits frustration. Threat level is generally low, just irritating pop-ups or sluggishness. Often comes bundled with other free software or browser extensions.
Annoyance factor, low threat. And finally, phishing.
Phishing's primary goal is stealing sensitive info logins, passwords, personal data. It exploits trust and familiarity, often by impersonating legitimate companies or people you know.
Trying to trick you into giving up credentials.
Right. The threat level is medium to high because it can lead directly to account takeovers or identity theft. Delivery is typically via deceptive emails, fake login pages, cloned websites.
That breakdown is really helpful. Scareware uses fear for fake fixes, ransomware uses desperation for real data, adware uses frustration for clicks, and phishing uses trust for credentials.
Exactly. Understanding those core differences helps you identify what you're dealing with much faster. Critical thinking is key, especially as criminals increasingly blend these tactics together.
It definitely is. Well, that brings us towards the end of our deep dive on scareware. It's clear the stuff is cunning, preying directly on our anxieties using some pretty sophisticated psychological and technical tricks.
But the defense isn't just technical. It's about awareness, about understanding the manipulation at play. Being informed really is your best shield.
Absolutely. Robust security software combined with that critical thinking, that pause before you click. That's the powerful combination.
Couldn't agree more. Stay vigilant.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. As technology keeps racing ahead, we're even seeing AI being used in these scams now. How will you keep honing your own digital instincts? How will you sharpen that ability to tell reality from deception in what's becoming an ever more complex online world? Something to think about until our next deep dive.